We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes us up to the 47. You look at this Bears defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 of the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First down, Howell to throw. Stays on his feet. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. A give left side to Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, Howell. This will be caught at about the 6. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. Second down, Howell now. Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
On play action, Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Benjamin St. Juste there on the stop. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And it's 3rd and 5.
You talk about this Washington defense.
They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now they send a running back in motion right.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Howell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through.
No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as they'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
They're strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll throw down the field. Caught by his running back. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 67 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Slide for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd down, here's Foreman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Here's 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive. 3rd down. Spectacular catch. Turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run with Herbert. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On 4th down, Chicago brings out Trenton Gill. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On the ready. Let's go.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Another throw for Howell. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run with Gibson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Complete to Mooney on the slant. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 5. Now Fields. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Fields on 3rd down. Looking deep here from Mooney. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster,
That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
They run it on first with Foreman. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Here we go. Down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
A play fake. Now Fields to throw. And this one is incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
1st down, Chicago.
On the toss, here's Foreman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Second and 5. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Hal, he'll look to throw it. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick-6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away and finds his way into the end zone.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here's Pringle. Now a football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Powell's throw complete there to Thomas. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to Robinson now on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, second and 10 coming up. Howell from the gun. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Howell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
Robinson again. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And the Commanders have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives,
You can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Foreman powering ahead. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Foreman on first. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
1 yard gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Faking the handoff. Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. A strong run there, and for a team and a coaching staff that says they're consistently striving for a solid running game, they love those plays.
Yeah, that one didn't net them a first down, but isn't it the type of play that you write down on your sheet? That worked pretty well. Make sure you come back to it, especially in a key situation.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Herbert powering up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields Full left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Draw play, a give to Herbert. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Fields. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Commanders 42, Bears 14. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Fields now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Powell going to go down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this up. The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Commanders, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time.